I'm Davies.
I'm Justice Burkett.
And today we're here to find out, is American Psycho 2, All-American Girl, the greatest movie ever made?
Ribbed for her pleasure.
Welcome to the greatest movie ever made, the show where we watch a movie and tell you if it's the greatest movie ever made.
I can't interrupt your thing with a quote here because this movie has no memorable quotes. This movie has a dearth of quotable dialogue.
Yeah, this one's really just like in one ear, out the other.
As soon as Mila Kunis's, I would say, unrelenting stream of consciousness narration, as soon as any sentence leaves her mouth in that narration, I immediately forgot it 2 seconds later. I was like, I'm sorry, that my brain is like a sieve for writing of this quality. It's just passing me by. I'm not even engaging with it.
Movie that is so thoroughly entertaining and compelling it that while you're watching it, it's the only thing that matters in the world. We definitely have one of those to talk about today. I'm David Scandera, joined as always by my co-host and all-American boy, Justice Burkett.
That's me. Not since last year's TGME anniversary with the Emoji Movie have we had a film where I am so confident going in that both of us are going to give this a no. But, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, it's important to approach every movie on its own terms.
Sure, right.
Give it the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe by dissecting it together, maybe our minds will change. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds for American Psycho 2, All-American Girl?
Yeah, maybe the direct-to-video sequel to American Psycho starring Mila Kunis is good enough to sit alongside the ranks of such films as Boogie Nights and Titanic.
Maybe. Anything can happen. I mean, I gave Zardoz a yes, so who knows? Yeah, you know what's truly deranged and perverse about this movie? The fact that the word American is in the title twice. And American Psycho 2, All-American Girl. It's like you can't have the word American in your title 2 times.
I don't even think the subtitle appears in the movie
itself.
Doesn't.
The
in the main
card
titles
is just American Psycho 2 because they were really banking on people buying this DVD because it said American Psycho. So I think they tacked on the tagline after the fact.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we'll throw another American in there, see if that gets some patriot at the video store gets confused.
American Psycho
and it's like,
2.
I like America. This movie says America on it twice.
American Psycho 2. This one has a girl, and we need to let you know about it.
It sure does, yeah. A tiny baby Mila Kunis.
I guess we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, before we get into all that, though, how are you doing, David?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty well. Work has been busy because someone's been out this week and I've been covering for them.
Ah, damn.
And when you slack off at your job primarily, that means when you have to cover someone, suddenly you have to work.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
It blows. Yeah.
But I'm scraping by and otherwise I'm doing okay. It didn't ruin my week.
Good.
I had the chance to see some family for a little bit yesterday because this is Labor Day weekend that we're recording this. And the weather's been lovely. It's starting to cool down.
Yes.
The only thing I have to recommend is the album Whatever Exists in Creation Without My Knowledge Exists Without My Consent by God is War, which is a noise artist.
Cool.
Hey, like a lot of noise artists, God is War employs a lot of, let's say, edgy, slightly problematic imagery in the album covers and song titles. So
yeah,
I don't know what this guy's deal is.
Yeah,
but it's instrumental, so you're at least not having to deal with
Right, if he has
hateful
shitty
lyrics.
if he has shitty politics, you can't tell based on the music.
But like the album he did before this one, I think, was inspired by Saddam Hussein. So just like keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah, consume at your own risk. Got it.
But this one's really good. It's kind of glitchy. There's like a glitchy electronic, like more like techno electronic quality to it.
Sweet.
Not necessarily melodic, but reminds me of stuff more in the glitch genre of electronic music while also being noise. It's also not terribly harsh. It's like kind of, I mean, other than the as far as noise music goes,
right.
It's a little bit on the easier side.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's also just really compelling and exciting stuff, and I love the way that changes up.
Cool.
The album's like an hour long and it doesn't outstay its welcome. And all the song titles are quotes from Blood Meridian.
Sweet.
So that's how I became interested in it. So
sick.
yeah, it's pretty good record. So I would advise you to check that out if you're into noise music at all.
Yes.
Which is probably the person in the room that I'm recording the podcast with and no one else.
That's fine. Sometimes our recommendations are for each other. Actually, I would say almost all of the time that's the case. I don't know if any of our audience members have ever actually taken a media rec. If you've taken one of our media recs, let us know. Anyway,
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been enjoying the weather. Fall seasonal beer is out, so I am in the process of gaining 20 pounds of just Oktoberfest weight. I've been more consistent about working out over the last few weeks, and that has me feeling pretty good because I had like fallen off, and now I'm like fully like I've done a whole block of workouts when
great.
I was supposed to.
That's awesome.
And so I feel really like back on the train as far as that's concerned. In terms of media recommendations, this is like, again, like this is the theme of the week is media recommendations that are only for each other, basically. Because this band, as far as I can tell, has not existed in any meaningful way for 10 years. So it's not like they're going to be like reposting our post about them on social media or anything. But the band's name is Undersmile, and they have a album called Wood and Wire that I think you specifically should listen to. It's a split with themselves because the acoustic side of their project is called Coma Wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's all the same members in each.
Yes. So it's basically they're a drone doom sludge band. And they have like an ambient like drone, I would say ambient drone acoustic project called Coma Wall. So their split album, that's Coma Wall and Undersmile, is Wood and Wire, and the first half is Coma Wall stuff, so it's like that acoustic drone stuff. And then when you hit the second half of the album, the distorted guitars come in, and it fucking rips. It's so good.
Cool.
It's really, really good drone doom. So check that out if you're into music that is quiet and then loud.
Rips is an interesting word to use to describe a drone doom album, a genre that is notably slow.
Hey, you get it. Maybe rips is the wrong word. Maybe it slowly tears.
But I know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll check that out. Awesome.
Yeah. So we need to talk about the second American Psycho movie. You know what I think would be funny, David? If that Morgan Freeman directed this movie. now Mila Kunis. I can't do a Morgan Freeman. Can you do a Morgan Freeman? His voice is so iconic, but I feel like I don't really have a handle on it.
It's very singular. I feel a little weird trying to do it as a white man.
Well, yeah.
I know I've attempted it.
I feel like his voice, and, you know, I'm also a white man, but I feel like he has one of those voices where it's like you can do an impression of him without it being, like, too crazy problematic because he sounds very specific.
Now, Mila, I want you to approach William Shatner and blow him a kiss. And William, you just fall out the window.
Now,
everyone, all right, ready? Roll camera.
William, do your best to be a creepy, lascivious sex pest to your students. But remember, you're also kind of the hero of this movie. So we have to like that you're kind of a creepy pervert. Just figure that out.
Add in another crappy '90s alternative band into the soundtrack that everyone will forget about. Yes, we're here to talk about All-American Psycho 2. Or I keep saying All-American because they fucking said American in the title twice. American Psycho 2, All-American Girl, directed by Morgan J. Freeman.
Morgan J. Freeman. Not that Morgan Freeman.
Known for directing this and a bunch of other movies that you haven't heard of or care about. This is the part of the show where I would ask you your history with the original American Psycho.
Yeah.
But we don't have to do that because this movie has nothing to do with the original American Psycho.
Yeah, that's true. Despite its own aspirations to have something to do with the original American Psycho, like it at points it wants to. But it's very clear that the script was written not with that in mind, and all that stuff was added at the end.
You bet your ass it was. Yeah, this was an unrelated script called The Girl Who Wouldn't Die, which is also the name of the song that plays over the credits.
Uh-huh.
And at some point in production, they pivoted to capitalizing on the... It wasn't really not to say the success of the American Psycho because it wasn't a very successful movie, but like it had started gaining cult status.
It at least had a name that people recognize. Because I feel like what probably happened is partway through production, the producers of this movie realized that they had a shit ass movie that no one was gonna see on their hands, and they were like, "How do we get one crumb?" of fucking money from the release of this film? How do we just make sure that we at least break even on DVD sales? Because otherwise this is going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
Otherwise one of these guys is like taking a short trip out a tall window. Like
yeah, I mean, this was
much
good.
like William Shatner does in this movie.
Really short trip. It can't be that. It's probably like the second floor or something.
Yeah.
I don't know
that
how
could
this
still kill you probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially if Mila Kunis uses witch magic to
wouldn't-
force you out of the window.
I wouldn't know if that fall would have killed him because every death in this movie occurs off screen.
Yeah, that is a thing about this movie that filled me with what I can only describe as blinding rage. Every time another kill happened off screen, I was like, I think I would like Morgan J. Freeman to be killed. No offense, I'm sure he's a lovely man. Although he made this movie, so like, meh.
I do think everyone in this movie should suffer some sort of penance for being in this.
I think the penance they're suffering is having their name attached to American Psycho 2.
Mila Kunis has publicly expressed regret for doing this movie.
Yeah. Which, like, good move on her part. To
I
be
don't-
like, that piece of shit, I do not stand by that.
I don't expect Shatner to have any shame about doing this.
No, Shatner doesn't give a shit. He probably doesn't even remember being in this movie. It is wild that guy is still doing so well at his current age as he is. Because, like, what he's like 90-something now?
Is he?
He
I mean,
old
he
as
would
fuck.
have to be.
Yeah, he's old as fuck, and he's still, like, up and around and doing shit. He still looks really good for his age. And it's like, how, when in 2002, when this movie came out, he looks like a fucking a bloated bag of salt that has had spray tan applied to it.
Yeah, he was born in 1931.
Yeah.
He's 90. He's 94.
Yeah, and he looks great for 94.
Yeah, the Wikipedia has the dignity to show a picture from 2025 of him, and he looks good.
He looks great, which is crazy because in this movie he looks like shit. And then he just stayed looking like that for another 23 years. And so for 94 he looks great, but like when this movie came out he's like barely 70, right? Or like not even, like late 60s, and it's like, yeah, he looks like ass for being in his late 60s. And so you just wait, he's just gonna be frozen like this. Like now he looks the same.
And somehow this movie tries to convince us that he's just slinging dick
They-
all over
yes.
this college campus.
Canonically, according to at least one, maybe two of his students who he is fucking in this movie, he has a huge dick. Like, that's just a thing one of them says, right? Where she's basically like, oh yeah, I guarantee it was not short. Like, that's not a problem there. And it's like, okay, now we're just talking about like William Shatner's fucking enormous hog in this movie. Which it's like, sure, but it's like the enormous hog is still attached to like a guy who looks a little bit like an orange Michelin man. So it's like, I don't know, is he really pulling all of these like 20-year-olds, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's one of the craziest things that this movie asks the audience to buy. In addition to the fact that the movie wants you to buy the fact that Mila Kunis can carry a movie on her back as the main character.
When she's like 19 years old, yeah, absolutely not. This is like truly baby Mila Kunis in this movie, and I'm like, oh, like she doesn't even know, like her brain is not fully formed when she's giving this performance, and it kind of shows. Like she's still cooking. Mila Kunis, an actress who I have liked in things.
She was doing that 70s show this time, and she's good for that character in that 70s show.
Yeah, and like some of the movies that I've seen her in, I've always kind of gone in wary, being like, Mila Kunis, and then she's impressed me a few times, you know. But like, you know, I think that just the hemispheres of her brain were like still developing, and she was not necessarily like capable of the level of like nuance required to make this dog shit dialogue at least somewhat passable. And to be fair, the script is more at fault than she is.
Yeah.
Because even a good actor could only get an okay performance out of this material.
I mean, she sucks in this movie.
Yes, yeah. Everyone sucks in this movie. Everyone sucks in this movie, which is truly a thing that floored me. But continue.
No, I have a couple that I want to call out, actually.
All right. Yeah.
But no, she sucks, but she is being given a shit sandwich and asked to take a bite.
Yeah, it's a real shame. I do not blame her for denouncing this movie. If I had given this performance in this movie, I would also like publicly be like, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to. Yeah.
Man, people need to watch more bad movies. I was thinking about this. I was like, because I'm on TikTok and I was scrolling through TikTok. I admit this with a lot of shame.
That you were scrolling through TikTok?
But you
are a 32-year-old man, so it is embarrassing to scroll through TikTok.
Yeah.
Just by default.
But the movie community on TikTok seems like the worst movie community on the internet.
I think that's true of any community on TikTok. Like the book community on TikTok is also the worst book community, you know?
Okay.
I just feel like any given topic, it's like the worst version of that community is probably on TikTok.
Just dog shit takes left and right.
Yeah. Maybe Reddit. I'm sure that in some cases Reddit is worse, but yeah.
Yeah. But that I was feeling that recently while scrolling through TikTok is like, man, you guys need to watch more bad movies. Like you're gonna act like fucking Captain America 4 is the worst movie you've ever seen, or hey, some people think The Last Jedi is the worst movie they've ever seen, and I'm like, you know what? These people need to do is spend 90 minutes raw dogging American Psycho 2. No phone.
See, I at least
nothing in the background. You just gotta like take this one in.
I at least did myself the kindness to get just super fucking high and drunk watching this movie. Like I was watching this movie and initially I started stone cold sober, and basically as soon as the narration started, I was like, I really got to grab my weed pen. I am not going to make it through this. But that did actually have the unfortunate side effect of like, you know how weed sometimes like stretches out time and like 10 minutes feels like 30 when you're super high? That was happening to me during this movie, and at one point I paused halfway through the movie thinking, surely the movie is almost over. Like, surely I will pause and there will be 2 minutes left of this fucking thing. And it was like dead 50-50. Like I had watched exactly half of the movie at that point. And that did make me almost get up and go to bed.
I watched this on Plex because it's free on Plex with
Plex.
ads. I'm not a platform I'm not really familiar with.
I
but
rented this on Amazon Prime. Yeah.
You fool.
I know. This fucking $3.99 for this shit. You fucking kidding me?
So Plex was not. They did not skimp on the ads. There were quite a number of ad breaks that were like 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and I was like, man, this is why Tubi's the best, because Tubi knows how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And we hit one of those ad breaks, and I got up to go to the bathroom, and I checked the time, thinking surely we've crossed the 45-minute threshold, and I was 30 minutes into the movie, and I looked at that hour left, and I was like, oh Lord Jesus Christ.
This is the longest 89-minute movie in existence.
It's one of them. It's definitely one of them.
That literally, like, the amount of plot that the script has runs out around the 45-minute mark, and then the movie just has to make up more plot because it has already exhausted what we came into the movie with. Like, it's like the setup for the movie is, it's like, oh, she's trying to be the fucking TA for William Shatner so that she can get into the FBI or the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said CIA. That's how little I remember this movie. But yeah, she's like trying to be his TA for, like, that's like the stated like thing of the movie. And so then when halfway through that shit is resolved, right? Because William Shatner falls out a window to his death and he's not going to have a TA anymore. It's like, okay, the movie's over, because that was everything. And then it's like, no, now this movie's about her and her fucking parents? I guess? Except it isn't? I don't fucking know. Like, it is wild that this movie just kind of, like, concludes its arc at, like, minute 45 and then is just like, but there's more movies, so we just have to keep, like, fucking bullshitting. I keep farting around to run out the clock. It
just throws in more shit.
Yeah.
And tries to have some semblance of a twist and stuff like that. And it's quite pathetic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this. This is my second time watching this movie.
I did, and, like, are you good?
I don't know. I think after this one, this one really sapped me of life.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of like an act of self-harm watching this movie more than once.
So when I first watched the original American Psycho a few years ago, I watched it like multiple times in that week. Like, I watched it the first time and then watched it a couple more times that week just because I really liked it.
Understandable. That's a great movie.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's one of the best horror thrillers ever made.
And I think I was working on the couch on my laptop and I had the first movie on streaming. And then it auto-played this afterwards. And my thought was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And I watched it while I was working, and even then I was like, oh, this is a perfect movie to half pay attention to while I work.
Yeah. Bad movie to pay full attention to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought this movie was going to be something for the first 2 seconds, because the first thing that happens in this movie is you see a decapitated head in a refrigerator. And I was like, oh, the very first shot of this movie is a decapitated head in a refrigerator. I like that. And then literally immediately, this shit-ass narration starts, which carries you through the entire movie, drags you kicking and screaming through the entire movie. And immediately I was like, oh, this is going to be really, really fucking bad.
It is so oppressive.
It's
this narration.
It's like Disney Channel original movie narration in American Psycho 2. It's like reprehensibly bad.
There are points where it's almost something.
Yeah.
Because Mila Kunis is delivering this dialogue with the kind of ditzy, lovable, teen girl delivery that she had as like Jackie in that 70s show.
Yeah.
She's bringing that, a little bit of that to this role, a little bit to the character, that kind of, and some of that like brashness and that brattiness too. And as she delivers this dialogue throughout the movie, there are parts that I can recognize as intended jokes.
Right.
That all fall flat on their face and then fall down the stairs and shit themselves.
Yeah. Like, right. There is almost something that they're trying to do here, because they're trying to some extent, emulate the Patrick Bateman voiceover in American Psycho and have that serve the purpose that it does in that movie, which is not only like driving the plot forward and having him sort of describing like all of the things that you need to know to understand the context of the scene, but also it's like a layer to the satire of that movie where like you hear his kind of honest assessment of what's happening, and then you see how his behavior to other people is like at odds with what's going on in his head, right? And you see they try to do that in this movie, but it's like the like yuppie culture of the late Reagan era, right, is such a good target for the type of satire that first movie is doing, and this one tries to like transplant that onto like the late 90s, early aughts, like dorm room, like college campus culture, and I'm like, I really think that like you're trying to do like an apples and oranges thing here.
Yeah,
like you think you can just copy paste the formula onto a totally different thing and have it work the same way, and it really, really doesn't.
Yeah, it tries to transplant that satire onto that type of movie about as gracefully as like early skin grafts for burn victims in like World War I.
Yeah, it's like
like this thing is mangled and malformed.
It's like there's a reason that like Mean Girls is not American Psycho, like they're like there's a reason that like when we're satirizing a different thing, we kind of go about it in a different way, because it turns out that the mode that you use to satirize the subject matter has to sort of like be in line with what you're satirizing. Otherwise it comes across as like try hard and annoying.
I don't know if you remember on our episode on The Craft with Audrey, I said that this era of horror was not necessarily my favorite, the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
And I said that sometimes I think that Scream had untold effects on the decline of horror from that era, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you get it now?
Yeah. I mean, I feel the Scream influence in this movie. I also like there's things about this movie that I didn't have fun with. I also kind of had fun watching this movie. And like, it's bad, but like when I was having fun watching it, it was mostly because of the Scream, the Craft, the Faculty sort of like vibe of it, where it's like, yeah, it's like the early 2000s, like everybody's dressed fucking atrocious. This rich kid who's like a douche with, curly blonde hair and a popped collar is very clearly supposed to be like a Justin Timberlake type.
Frosted tips as far as the eye can see.
Yeah. All that shit.
Shitty alt rock in the background.
Yeah, and like when the fucking therapist is like doing a little Scooby-Doo fucking investigation into Mila Kunis, all that shit, I was like, this sucks and it's bad, but also like this is emulating things that I like, so I was sort of like having fun. Like it was sort of like a so bad it's good type of zone there with that shit for a while. So like, yes, I do get it, but like even when that shit is executed badly, it still is like a warm blanket to me.
Okay.
It was definitely like those were the parts of the movie where I was feeling the best. And then like anytime there was a fucking shitty off-screen kill, anytime this voiceover narration was going nonstop, anytime we were asked to give a shit about the teacher character preying on his students, which was like not an insignificant part of the movie, where the movie's like, well, no, yeah, but he's the good guy, right? Like that. we're just gonna follow him for a while, and you're just gonna have to like coexist with this character. And I'm like, he grosses me out. Like, I don't want to. That stuff I had more of a problem with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, this opening intro that connects the movie to the original American Psycho.
Yeah.
Barely. A movie which, by the way, kind of ended with the conclusion that possibly all of these murders are happening in Patrick Bateman's head.
Right. It's left ambiguous intentionally.
Yeah, he's an unreliable narrator.
Right.
No, that all happened.
Yes. He is a serial killer. He has been serial killing. And in fact, after the first movie ended, he kept serial killing, eventually killed some babysitter. And little baby Mila Kunis is there to witness it, and she fucking kills him with an ice pick.
Yeah. That
So if you ever wondered what happened to Patrick Bateman, an 8-year-old stabs him in the head with an ice pick.
And that gets us into the movie. Now she's in college. She's a college freshman. And she's in this class taught by William Shatner,
Yes.
who's like the FBI's top profiler of serial killers.
Right.
and-
It's basically like he's the fucking Jonathan Groff character from Mindhunter. But he is William Shatner instead. So, you know, kind of the physical opposite of Jonathan Groff. I like that while he's doing his little Mindhunter lecture for his students, he just got a slideshow of serial killers. We're just doing the thing like this felt very like Scream to me, where it's like, oh yeah, you're like in a class and the subject matter of the class is like overly important to the movie. It's like too on the nose. Right. So he's like got all these pictures of H.H. Holmes and shit. I liked when he brought up Albert Fish, and I was like, please give me William Shatner reading the Albert Fish letter, which unfortunately this movie does not do. If it did, that would be an instant 2-star bump. If I got to hear William Shatner being like, I ate her ass, I grilled it up, and you wouldn't believe how good her plump little ass tasted. I put needles into my asshole, and I love how it feels.
He should put out an album of that stuff.
I would listen to William Shatner
reading serial killer letters.
Yeah, especially Albert Fish. What a freak that guy was. What a disgusting little freak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put sewing pins in his scrotum and shit. The dude liked pain. Anyway.
So yeah, at this point, if you don't hate the narration, it just is not gonna let up. It lets you know that it's going to be unrelenting, and that no scene in this movie will work without it.
Yeah.
It is necessary for every scene in this movie.
Yeah.
As she describes in detail the other classmates that are in contention for this TA position, and we're supposed to buy that like this TA position is going to get this person into Quantico.
It's very, very funny that the like main thing in this movie is like who's gonna be William Shatner's TA, because it's like they treat it like, oh, you know, his 9 out of his last 10 TAs have gotten into Quantico or whatever, and it's like still like you're doing as much legwork as you can, but it is really fucking hard for this movie to get me to give a shit about these people vying for an undergrad TA position.
And it's not like Mila Kunis' delusion. Like, this is textual within the movie that everyone cares about this.
Somebody else also kills for it. It's literally not even just her. Multiple people are committing acts of murder to try to get this TA position. What are we even talking about? Yeah, it's fucking insane. Yeah, she introduces our cast of characters. We have like the shitty rich guy, whose name I don't even fucking remember. Movie, I watched this movie last night. I don't remember. I feel like I remember less of this than most other movies we've covered on the podcast. But there's like the shitty rich guy who's like the Justin Timberlake type.
Mm-hmm.
Who's dumb, but he's there because his dad's like a senator or something. No, he runs like a oil company.
Yeah, he's like rich.
Yeah. And then there's the Mila Kunis's like friend, who's the one who's banging William Shatner.
Cassandra.
Yeah. Is there anybody else?
You have the
nerdlinger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy who's a nerd. Very classic, just like this guy is like bookish and really knows his shit. You know, Mila Kunis is also very bookish and really knows her shit. So the way that we differentiate him is we put glasses on him, and also he's black. His character is black nerd,
and he has the least characterization out of
all
of them.
It's a real shame because I actually like didn't hate that character as much, and I was like, I don't know, maybe if there was more of this guy in the movie, it would be a little better. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think everybody's also kind of bad in this movie.
The twist with him is fun, and then it's just kind of nothing.
Yeah.
And then the TA that he currently has is like they're talking about how she's been accepted. Or
her name's Elizabeth McGuire, which I thought was funny because she's literally Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, okay.
And then at the end of the movie, Mila Kunis adopts her identity and she becomes Lizzie McGuire. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. They're like cut and paste archetypes.
Right.
But yeah, like we see them all in class, and then like after class, fucking Mila Kunis is peeping on what's going on in the classroom, and Cassandra and William Shatner's character, whose name is Bobby. He all I remember is his first name because it's such a thing that they keep calling him Bobby.
Starkman.
Oh yeah, Robert Starkman. Yeah.
But yeah, Cassandra keeps calling him Bobby.
Yeah. He's giving her like a necklace and they're like canoodling a little bit and Mila Kunis is watching being like, all right, this is something that I got to figure out. This girl's standing in my way of being this dude's TA.
We have a scene here with the rich asshole kid.
Yeah. He like goes to the admin
Brian.
office. Yeah.
Yeah. He goes to the admin office and there's a counselor or an advisor there.
Yeah.
Who's accepting the applications for the TA position.
Yeah.
And this performance is wonderful.
I think this performance kind of sucks, but it sucks in a way that I like. I do like this lady.
I think she understood the assignment.
I
think she knew the movie that she was in.
Yes. I think she's still not good, but I had a fun time watching this performance because she's so she's playing it really big. He's like, do you know who my father is? And she's like, well, in the rule book it says, you know, I can't make any exceptions, mister. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah. And then when Mila Kunis goes in and gives her the application, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. We only accept juniors and seniors, not freshmen. I'll have to run it up the flagpole.
I do.
She's very much Fargo side character who shows up for one scene.
That's why we're giving her like a Midwest accent, even though I'm pretty sure she doesn't actually have one.
I don't think so, but that's
the energy.
It's the vibe. It's the energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this lady. What I don't like is that like after she wrongs Mila Kunis, and the rich kid, we see her like get followed home, and she like goes into her apartment, and like there's like a scene where it's trying to be creepy intense, it's failing. There's like a character in a hoodie that is like you keep seeing like out of the corner of your eye or like crossing a hallway or whatever.
Yeah, we get some POV shots from the killer's perspective.
Yeah, and eventually it like catches up to her and beats her to death with this Employee of the Month award that was hanging on her wall or whatever. And it's all off screen and it fucking sucks.
I did think beating her to death with the plaque was fun.
That's fun, but like show it to me. So like the big thing, I don't want to harp on this too much, but like the big thought that I kept having throughout this movie with all these off-screen kills was like, you are American Psycho 2. You do not get to do off-screen kills. Like, do you know what movie you are?
Right.
It feels like the movie fundamentally misunderstands its place in the world. You know? It's like, I'm sorry, if you are the direct-to-DVD sequel to the movie American Psycho, and you are going to have a kill count of, like, upwards of, like, 6 people, at least one of them has to die on screen, or else you are literally like failing at your job. Like you had one fucking job.
A couple of the kills are even like flash to white and there's a sound effect.
It's
like,
so horrendous.
And we don't even see what happens. It's pretty atrocious.
Yeah.
I think
it's insulting, frankly.
I think this is the best of them just because there's like a degree.
But even this one sucks because like the way that it's shot, because it's like the reflection of the microwave. Oh yeah, she also puts this lady's cat in a microwave. I guess it's not her, is it? It's because she doesn't kill this guy, this lady, the fucking guy
No,
does.
I'm pretty sure it's her.
Really?
I think this movie tries to convince you for 5 minutes that you didn't buy a DVD called American Psycho 2 with Mila Kunis holding a scythe on the cover.
If this was a fake out and that's not actually supposed to be the rich kid, it doesn't work because I thought it was because I saw that this was a fake out where it's like, oh, you think it's Mila Kunis, but it's actually him. I did not get the part where it's like, no, it really was her though. Like the movie just, I took what the movie was telling me at face value, which is like, oh yeah, this guy killed that lady, and then Mila Kunis kills him.
No, I think it's trying to fake you out that he killed her, but it's actually Mila Kunis that does it.
Well, it executed that poorly, so I didn't understand.
Because he makes reference to the plaque, and then he was like, someone should bash her brains in or something like that. And then when he shows up at Mila Kunis's dorm immediately afterwards, he's wearing the hoodie.
Yeah.
There's a few like double entendres in there that are
right.
stupid and bad.
It makes it sound like he killed her. But like, how do we know it was Mila Kunis? Because I was like, I was taking the movie at face value and being like, well, it's telling me that this guy killed her, so I guess he did. Like, is there ever a thing that confirms that it was her? It doesn't matter. The movie's bad.
Well, she's part of the investigation at the end when we do the like fake crime scene photos and stuff. According to the Wikipedia article, it does say that Rachel kills her.
All right. Well, movie could have done a better
Yeah.
job of making me aware of that. I just assumed that he was also murdering people, and then like she kills him and knocks off her serial killer competition.
I mean, it would have been a better movie.
Yeah, that's sort of what I thought was going on. Okay, so I guess it's Mila Kunis that tries to microwave the cat and then beats this lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like
The cat's named Ricky Martin.
Which did sort of make me laugh. I will say grudgingly, that was a joke in this movie that kind of worked for me, is that the cat's name is Ricky Martin, and this lady's like, Ricky Martin, when she's looking for him. That's kind of funny.
So they go to dinner. Mila Kunis and Brian.
I was not done talking shit about this kill.
Oh,
the kill looks bad. The one that is the best one in the movie still looks bad. The shot of the microwave with this fuck ass corn syrup blood on it, and the reflection of her beating this lady's head in with the plaque. The shot is badly set up. The reflection doesn't look good. It's like it is an ugly image to look at for a long time, and then they do a weird thing where they slow down the action, like it's in slow-mo, and that makes it look even more ass.
Oh, it's that choppy early 2000s slow-mo.
Yeah, it's really fucking bad. So like even the one kill that you sort of see kind of has me thinking like, well, is it such a loss that we don't see any of these other fucking kills because they're all gonna look like fucking dog shit anyway? Sorry, I had to get that out. The shot looks bad. So many of the shots in this movie look bad. Like it looks like the unholy thing that bridges the gap from like 90s made for TV Disney Channel movie and low budget Netflix 10 episode miniseries. Like we're like in between those two things here, and you just get the worst of both worlds. Like everything's like washed out and gray, and everything's like really flat digital photography where like the subject and the background are in the exact same focus. It looks like ass. Anyway, sorry, continue.
The thing that I like, I think, is the shot that I sort of like. Let me be clear. That I'm like, oh, that's kind of something. Is the shot of, like, she drops the plaque, and we see the plaque, and then the body slumps over, and we see the reflection of the body in the plaque.
Sure.
That's like, okay, I was like, okay, that's kind of something.
It's kind of almost something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they go
but
to dinner.
no, you're right. I think everything else in this movie is flat and boring and looks like it was made for TV. This apparently was supposed to be a theatrical release at some point, and I'm like, how and why did they think they could do that?
Yeah, imagine seeing this on a big screen and just being like, this looks like a Lifetime movie. I want my money back. Anyway. So they go to dinner.
They go to dinner.
She's sort of like toying with him here. She's like, it's weird because they seem to have like an actual flirtation, which is also confusing. It was especially confusing to me because I thought they were both serial killers at this point. So I was like, oh, are they just gonna like, is this like a real kindred spirit situation? But it's like, no, she's just like luring him in or whatever. Also, it's wild that this fucking waiter is serving these two like 18-year-olds alcohol. Like, he orders a dry martini, and I'm like, this guy looks like he is 14 years old.
That's my other favorite performance of the movie, is this waiter.
Oh, buddy, I really got to disagree with you on this one. I thought this guy sucked ass. Why did they give him a thing?
I don't know, but I like it.
It just feels like another thing we're doing just to burn time in this movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like, not only is the waiter going to have like more than one line, he's like yapping all over this scene, but also we have to give him a little bit, which is like he's nervous because it's his first day or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, shut up, go to hell. I don't care.
He's got this really weird smile. He's like this pasty little creep. And he's doing this weird, neurotic, nervous performance that, like, yeah, like after the first couple of lines, you're like, is he doing a bit? Is
He's
he
like
doing a thing?
He's like a sketch character.
And then he's like, oh yeah, it's my first day. Sorry, I'm nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a different movie would I have enjoyed this performance more? Potentially, I don't know.
I was really like any port in a storm with this one, just looking for anything to cling on to.
This guy really had me going like, fuck off. Like, get this fucking guy's mug off my screen now. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad it gave you something.
Thank you.
I was just like, why are we... He's like an I think you should leave character. And it's like, what is he fucking doing here?
Yeah. The worst thing a movie can be is boring. And to be clear, this movie is exceptionally boring.
Frequently boring.
So anything that can like spice things up, I'm enjoying, trying my best to enjoy it.
That's true. Yeah. I guess mostly I was just like, why? Like, why? What is this here for? And the answer is like to pad the runtime. It's like the waiter had to have a bit because we need fucking 3 minutes of this guy doing his bit in order to like make this a feature-length film.
Yeah. So Brian offers to buy her out for the TA position because his father's rich, and he says like, I'll buy you out to the tune of 7 figures or something like that.
Yeah,
and
I'm
like,
give her $1 million
like, no
so
fucking
that he can
way.
be a TA. Yeah.
No way is this happening. But she goes along with it and takes him back to her dorm room, and she starts unbuttoning his pants and getting down on her knees to suck his cock. And the front door is open the whole time.
Also, while this is happening, while the front door open fellatio in the dorm is about to happen, we are playing some of the worst fucking music I've ever heard. You already made reference to this. The fucking dog shit late 90s alt rock in this movie is this should be studied. This is like one of the worst soundtracks I've ever heard. But like while she's like they're making out and she's like going to blow him, this song's playing that's like this like country alt rock shit that's like, are you gonna be my friend? Do you wanna be my friend? And I'm like, what the fuck is this? She's looking up at him with like blowjob eyes, and it's like, do you like me? Do you want to go to the park?
There's like this
I'm exaggerating a little, but not really.
No, there's a few songs here where the lyrics like feature heavily, and it's terrible stuff.
It's so bad.
There's like weird like trip hop new metal mashups in here.
Yeah.
There's a couple bands that are like noteworthy, but a lot of them are probably only known for doing this movie.
And a lot of it is just like the worst like alt rock and grunge you've ever heard.
It is
like
so
just really like cookie cutter fucking
Yeah, it's so obnoxious, and its deployment throughout the movie is so obnoxious that it's one of those things that is just like reminds me of Scream. Like it feels like such a pale, terrible imitation of Scream.
Sure. Yeah. I get where you're coming from with that. Yeah. The soundtrack is almost as bad as the score, but not quite as bad, because the score is inexplicable. Fucking Hanna-Barbera ass score.
Oh, it's so Scooby-Doo. It's so like this should be in the fucking live action Scooby-Doo movie.
It is so wild when like she's like planning to kill someone, or like talking to the psychiatrist about all of her like dark murderous thoughts, and it's just like do 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 do. I'm like, I am losing my mind.
They play that main theme no less than 10 times.
And then at one time it's diegetic. It's happening in the movie.
Yeah, I lost it at that. Oh man.
When that happened, when late in the movie there's a chase scene, and Mila Kunis is hearing the score, the fucking shit ass bouncy cartoon score that's been going throughout this entire movie. She's hearing it on the radio. I picked up a couch cushion and screamed into it.
And then she reaches down to turn it up, and I'm like, no way.
Fuck off.
It's like,
and then every time they cut out of the car, it goes back to being non-diegetic, and we cut to the inside of the car again, and it's diegetic again. And I'm like, okay, so someone they put in effort here,
right,
to track this and make it like a consistent thing, which is fucking insane. It is insane to go through this level of effort for this thing that like sucks and is awful.
So then she leaves to go get a condom because he doesn't have one.
Yeah.
And he jumps on the bed, and she comes up from behind him and strangles him with the condom.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that's possible, but like that's a very small gripe in this movie.
Again, it's sort of fun.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So this progression of events did make me laugh, I have to say. She strangles him with the condom.
Yeah.
It's a long scene of him strangling, or a long shot of him getting strangled with this condom. He falls over, and she says out loud, "Ribbed for her pleasure."
Yeah.
And then the voiceover cuts it, and she goes, "Yep, I just killed Brian."
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, where this movie is sometimes fun. Like, it's sometimes so bad it's good territory. Like, that was a moment where I was
they're
like...
fleeting moments.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're they're dust in the wind, but like they're there.
Yeah. And then like immediately after this, because she does the like, yep, that just happened. I just killed Brian. And then like one of the next things that happens is just a montage of her running while fucking shitty alt rock plays. And it feels like it goes on for so long. The bit where she's just like jogging.
And I think there's more voiceover here.
Yeah. This movie's like 80% voiceover.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
I don't think there are plot points and scenes in this movie that do not work without the voiceover.
Yeah. This is where the voiceover narration sets up the next thing that happens plot-wise, which is she goes to see a therapist, because she's like talking about how she killed Brian, and she's like, oh yeah, it's actually if you think about it, this isn't bad because I'm going to join the FBI and I'm going to stop so many serial killers. And I'm just killing the few to save the many, right? Because I'm going to be such a good super cop or whatever. And then she's like, God, listen to me. I think I need some professional help, which is how she says it. The inflection is professional help. And then she goes and sees this therapist. This guy also sucks. His accent is inexplicable, and I realized it's because he's Welsh.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he sounds like that, which, like, no shade to the Welsh.
I think he sucks, but he's trying.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Of the like main cast, he's the one that I would say is sort of attempting to do something.
Yeah.
But it's not good. And every time it cuts back to this guy, I feel like the movie grinds to a halt.
Yeah, man, their therapy session really just feels like it goes on for half an hour. It just feels like it is half an hour of them just talking in circles around each other.
Yeah. And then he calls Shatner and he's like, "Hey, one of your kids is a sociopath."
Okay. This is kind of a thing in this movie that I actually like.
Yeah.
Is that Shatner's like, I know exactly who you're talking about, and he thinks it's the wrong person the whole movie. Like, that misunderstanding, I'm sort of like, okay, you kind of have something.
Because they're trying to dance around confidentiality in this.
Yeah.
And every time they bring it up on the phone conversations, like, oh, should we really be talking about this? Well, we can talk about it if we don't give the name.
Yeah.
And then she walks back in as he's on the phone. And he tries to play it off like he's calling his mom or something.
Yeah.
And she immediately clocks that he's lying.
Yeah, it's later when she really dresses him down.
Yes.
But, like, here she even does a little bit of, like, a negging thing after he gets off the phone with his quote-unquote mom, where she's like, oh, you pathetic little bitch boy. And he's like, whoa, hold on. You're an 18-year-old Mila Kunis. You can't talk that way. You look like you were just hatched.
Right. This was not her first movie.
No,
I thought it was, but she had done a few movies up to this point.
It is wild in this movie how much she looks like a literal child to me. To the point where in one of the later scenes where she's trying to seduce William Shatner, I was getting the ick real bad because I was like, to me, this person looks 12 years old. You really got to calm down with this. American Psycho 2. I cannot be seeing Mila Kunis in this outfit when, to me, she is reading as a 7th grader. Like, it's making me feel uncomfortable about watching this as a 32-year-old man.
So she goes to this party at this mansion that Shatner's at, but also Cassandra's at.
Yeah.
And Cassandra's talking about how, like, oh, Bobby's going to take me up to the cabin for the weekend and such, and how there's, like, this suggestion that maybe she's already been locked in as his choice for the TA.
Yeah.
And this conversation she has with Cassandra is just one of the beautiful choice cuts of writing in this movie where Mila Kunis is like, yeah, this party sucked. Let's get out of here and celebrate.
And Cassandra's like, okay, well, like, let's go down to the bar. And she's like, no, not the bar. It's going to be too crowded. Let's get a bottle of wine and hang out in your dorm room. And Cassandra's like, great, that sounds awesome.
And then I do like the hard cut to Mila Kunis looking at her body and, like, saying, I don't know, she says some, like, quippy comeback or something.
Yeah.
Hanging in her dorm room.
Yeah. With the suicide note that just says, he didn't love me enough, Cassandra.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she has the hoodie on at this point, I think. They I think they tease the hoodie even in the scene earlier with Brian.
I just thought
I can't believe this movie got one over on you.
I guess so. I feel like that just, like, I feel like that's less my fault and more the movie's fault for just being unclear. We're back in class here at one point. We're talking about Ted Bundy.
Yeah. There's the scene with another scene with the psychiatrist.
Oh yeah.
Where she really dresses him down.
Yeah, she really negs the shit out of him here. Where she's like I bet you're not even getting laid because you're taking care of your mother and you're divorced and there's no good women in this town. or whatever.
Yeah, but then there's the Ted Bundy scene
Yeah.
where she spars a bit with the
nerd guy.
the nerd kid. What's his
Yeah.
name? Keith.
Keith, the nerd. Yeah, because she's like, she's like Miss Smarty Pants in this class. She's always answering all the questions right. And so she does that, but then like Keith is like, oh yeah, what she said, but also this thing that she didn't consider or whatever. And William Shatner's like, very good, and she's like stewing or whatever.
Yeah, because Keith is talking about how like Ted Bundy was brilliant and planned and calculated everything, and then Mila Kunis tries to challenge that, and then she brings up the idea of like, what if a serial killer factored in their eventual capture into their plan?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those moments that seems like it's almost trying to be something.
Yeah.
It's almost trying to have a unique take on this type of movie and story, but it just amounts to a wet fart, really. Yeah. Then she follows Keith to the library.
Yeah.
And is wearing her hoodie and that's the other thing that we haven't mentioned because it doesn't matter. Right. She still has the ice pick that she killed Patrick Bateman with.
Right.
And she's going to stab Keith with it, but then notices that his drawings in his notebook are all violent fantasies of him killing the other TAs.
Yeah, and they look a lot like a poster for like a grindcore show.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's one where he's buff and strong and everyone else is weak, and someone's crucified on one of the drawings.
Yeah, I think it's like the rich kid is crucified. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And then the voiceover is like, a kindred spirit. Well, too bad. Guess I got to take him out.
Yeah, and then we kill this guy off screen.
We off-screen this guy.
She like swings the ice pick down, and we just cut away before we see fucking anything.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, it'd be kind of cool if they did something with this, but it's American Psycho 2, and they just do nothing with it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's lame. So she's like killed everyone who was standing in her way, basically. Like, they're all dead. And so she is like, well, now obviously the move is to get closer to Shatner. There's maybe a little bit more other bullshit here, but like the next big thing is when she goes over to William Shatner's, or she goes into his office. He's like passed out in his office.
Because he discovers Cassandra's body.
Right.
We get another scene with him flirting with one of his students.
Yeah, different student.
And he has a key to Cassandra's dorm room, which is fucking wild.
That's insane. This man is a sexual predator. And then this is the part of the movie where it's also like he's the detective that you're following, and it's like, I really don't like this.
He opens Cassandra's dorm room and sees her hanging there.
Yeah.
And then takes evidence, like photos of them together.
Yeah.
That are in her dorm room and sneaks off.
Yeah.
And then through the grapevine, Mila Kunis hears that he's it's the TA that's currently working with him.
Yes.
She comes in and is
McGuire.
like, she announces that he's taken immediate sabbatical and that the TA race has been canceled.
Right.
And that's what causes her to go to his office.
This is also where I paused, so sure that we were at the end of the movie and we were only halfway through. But she goes to his office and she puts on her like sexy little outfit and like does her hair and stuff.
It's Cassandra's dress and Cassandra's necklace that Shatner gave her.
Right. Yeah. And she like shows up at his office and he's sleeping on like his couch in his office, and she like wakes him up, and instead of him immediately freaking out, he's just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll see where this goes. So she's like putting the moves on him about the TA thing, and he's like obviously in a weird mental place because the student that he was having an affair with hung herself. So he's not really receptive to it. And then like shit gets weird in this scene in a way that I almost like for a second, because he kind of snaps out of it. He's initially sort of receptive to her like trying to seduce him, and then he's kind of like, wait, like, you need to get the fuck out of my office. We're not doing this right now. And then he recognizes the necklace and the dress as Cassandra's, like the things that he gave to her. And he's like, why are you wearing those things? And she's like, what, you don't remember giving this to me? And like, that's a moment that I almost like, where she just like tries to gaslight him into being like, you and I have been having an affair this whole time and you just don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, because she reveals that she knows all of his exes because her babysitter was his ex.
Oh yeah, that's a twist in this movie that I really fucking hate.
It does nothing for this.
Yeah, and the way that they try and reveal it, like it's this big, like huge bomb that they're dropping on you, I was just like, get fucked. Like I don't give a shit.
And she's been in love with him ever since
Whatever.
the Patrick Bateman stuff happened.
Yeah, because her babysitter used to tell her sordid stories of William Shatner and his huge dick, so she was just always been holding the flame for this guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They do say it's like, he says like, that was 6 years ago. And the flashback to this girl, she looks no older than like 7.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So she reveals, that she's been obsessed with him for years. She tries to kind of gaslight him. It doesn't really work. He's very insistent, like, you gotta go. And then she just, like, talks him out a window. Like, she just starts negging him, and it brings him to his knees. She's basically like, oh, you're, like, a pathetic little bitch or whatever. And he's like, no, stop, no! Right? And he like is like huddled in a corner, and then she just keeps doing it, and eventually he backs up to the window just from her talking at him, and then she blows a kiss at him that sends him toppling out a window to his death.
Yeah, he just flops out this fucking window.
It's one of the most fucking nonsensical things I've ever seen in a movie, and also it's kind of my favorite part of this movie. Because it's like...
It's certainly the most memorable thing from it.
Yeah.
I remembered almost nothing from this movie other than the fact that Mila Kunis kills William Shatner by blowing him a kiss.
Right. By berating him until he's up against a window ledge and then blowing him a kiss and knocking him out a window with the power of her... of bullying, basically.
Her feminine wiles.
She bullies him out a window.
Yeah, if this were a So Bad It's Good movie, it would be like a memorable moment among other strange, nonsensical, memorable moments.
Yeah.
But because it's in just a bad movie,
Yeah.
it's kind of the only thing that can stand out.
Yeah. It is pretty funny, though.
It is.
Yeah. So then she, like, gets his body and, like, puts it in a car.
She kills the janitor that sees her. We see the janitor in the dumpster with the mop through the head, and
Yeah.
I just want to see how that worked.
Would have loved to see it. Happens off screen.
She gets a security guard in the parking lot,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think that is just like she pulls over. He sees Shatner's body in the driver's seat,
Right.
and then she steps out. And then she says something. He looks back down, and she fucking disappears.
Yes.
And then he gets literally off screen, like it's like cut to white.
Yeah.
We hear sounds of struggle or something.
Which it's like, why are we fucking killing random security guard number 2 if we're not going to do it on screen? Like, what's the... And I know the answer is to pad the runtime, but it's like so fucking annoying that this movie is like going out of its way to like add to the kill count when none of the kills are shit that you actually get to see or enjoy. It's like the worst of both worlds.
Yeah, it
like either give me fewer kills or show me them.
Yeah, I mean, like, Terrifier invents excuses to like feed more bodies,
Right.
But it does something with them,
Right. At least it's like, yeah, we're like doing shit with practical effects and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas in this, it's basically like there is no point for her to kill the security guard at all. Because, like, you don't get to enjoy the kill, and it doesn't do anything narratively at all. It just happens because we needed an additional 90 seconds in this movie.
Yeah, no one's looking for this guy. It
Yeah.
adds nothing to the overall plot. We
No.
still have 30 minutes to go in this fucking thing.
Yeah.
or so.
It's horseshit.
Her parents showing up is this whole bit with the parents is such a clear indication that this movie has nowhere left to go.
It's out of ideas, right? It's like the whole thing, which was like trying to be William Shatner's TA and like knocking off the competition, has concluded. And then it's just like, oh yeah, like now her parents are here because we need something for the main character of this movie to do for another 30 minutes. So she fucking there's the fucking shitty scene where she's in her dorm room and there's a dead body in the closet and she's like, "Whoa, don't open the closet." And her dad's like, "Oh, it smells weird in here."
Yeah.
Right? And it's like all of this, we're just farting around. This dad is just like sitting there literally reading the newspaper.
I like the dad.
The dad is sort of funny.
He looks like Ron Jeremy. And he just basically shows up and is like, "It
He
smells
doesn't-
funny in here." And he sits down and starts reading the paper, and Mila Kunis and her mom are going back and forth. And then he's like, "I'm getting pretty hungry. When are we going to go eat?"
That is the most like realistic dad coded thing I've ever seen in a movie, though, is him just like ignoring the conversation and then non sequitur coming in with a, "When do we eat? I'm hungry."
And then when they get to the
Big
restaurant,
dad energy.
yeah, when they get to the restaurant and the food comes out, he's like waiting for the proper moment to start eating. When
Yeah.
like after
He's like,
and
"Are
he's
we
just,
ever
like-
gonna start eating?"
he's so frustrated. He's
Yeah.
like shaking with rage.
Yeah.
I like the dad.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
The mom's kind of fun too. She's just kind of typical ditzy
Right.
mom.
Yeah.
But it is just 10 minutes of this movie where we're just like completely just farting around.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out where to go from here.
Yeah, the psychiatrist also takes his mom out to dinner to the same restaurant. His mom looks like the fucking pigeon lady from Home Alone 2. She's wearing this ridiculous hat, which they put this hat on her just because Mila Kunis has a line in the script where she's like, "I like your hat." So someone in wardrobe was like, "Oh, she's got to have a hat." And they just picked this fucking like 1920s like London bag lady hat that they put on this lady.
I mean, she gives her mom the necklace. That's nothing.
Right. I do like the dad being like, "It's stainless steel.
Yeah.
It's not even silver."
She goes to the bathroom and there's voiceover where it's suggesting that she has the delusion that like Starkman is still alive and it's like we're gonna be together or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's another one of those where it's like the only reason this is in the movie is because of the voiceover. It's adding nothing to the movie. It's adding nothing to the overall scene.
Yeah.
It's just 30 seconds of Mila Kunis looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
Oh,
also, when the psychiatrist runs into her at the restaurant, he's super confused because William Shatner called him
yeah.
earlier when he found Cassandra dead and was like, "Hey, that student that you told me about who might be a sociopath, turns out she hung herself." And so the psychiatrist guy is like, "Okay, like, glad you let me know," or whatever. And then he sees her at the restaurant and is like, "Wait, this is impossible. Like, how the fuck are you alive?" Because the whole time they've been talking about two different people, which again is a thing I like in this movie.
It's also
that
funny
he's like, "Wait, what the fuck? I thought you hung yourself."
It's also funny that he keeps calling William Shatner's office phone and the voice message keeps running. He calls this guy like 5 or 6 times
Yeah.
before he gets suspicious. And I'm like, you don't have another number for this guy? No one
Well,
else has
It's 2002. Cell
reported
phones weren't
this.
that common.
So the psychiatrist goes to the cops, I think it's like campus police, to report William Shatner is missing.
Yes.
And we're doing bits with the cops now.
Okay. So like, I know I said everyone's bad in this movie. The one possible exception to that is the cop who is obsessed with the tea. This guy sort of did get me. I was laughing out loud as this bit continued to develop throughout the scene, in spite of myself, because I was like, I hated it when the waiter had like a little fucking thing. In theory, I should hate this too, but there's something about this guy. The psychiatrist walks into the police station, and all the campus cops are immediately like, "Hey, it's like, it's the shrink. Hey, what's up, Freud?" Right? They're like kind of busting his balls. But then this one cop has like a mug of tea with a tea bag in it, and he says to the psychiatrist guy, he's like, would you like a cup of this apricot peppermint blend that I got from New York?"
It's his first line.
And then the whole scene, he is like trying to get this dude to drink this tea. He like, they're talking, like him and like the chief of police are like going back and forth, and this guy just comes up behind the psychiatrist, interrupts the scene, and is like, "Are you sure I can't get you a mug of tea?" I do like this guy.
And then the back and forth about the speed limit
Yeah.
during the actual cop chase.
Yeah.
I think at this point, I had been just this movie had laid waste to me. I was pretty much broken, and I was like, my brain kind of acknowledged like, this is funny. But I did not laugh.
I think by the time T Guy hit, I was high enough that I was just like, fucking T Guy, dude.
You did it the right way. I watched the shit stone cold sober.
Yeah. I don't know. T Guy kind of worked for me. I love the specificity of the apricot peppermint blend that he got from New York. Like, it's just so, like, it's such an overwritten line.
It's such a weird line. It sticks out to you when you first hear it.
Yeah.
So there's a missing persons report for the advisor that she killed at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And then there's a missing persons report for Rachel Newman.
Yeah.
And that makes him interested. And then we get
because he's like, well, she's Rachel Newman.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Mila Kunis is Rachel Newman. And
Yeah.
it's like, turns out, like, it is funny that the cops are like, well, yeah, we heard that Rachel Newman was missing, but then we went to her dorm and she was there. And the psychiatrist is like, well, how do you know it was her? You just someone opened the door and said they were Rachel Newman, but like, that doesn't mean that was actually her. And they were like, I don't know, girl looked like a Rachel Newman to me.
There's a flashback of them going to the door and it's Mila Kunis. And then we get Mila Kunis taking a body out of her closet.
Yes.
And that's
like
the
severely
real
decomposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the real the body that was stinking earlier. And that's the real Rachel Newman.
Yeah.
And it's like she
like killed her to like
killed
take her
her
place in college or whatever.
Yeah.
Because she's just killing her way to Quantico, basically. Like, she killed this girl to like be at whatever prestigious university they're at, right? And then she's gonna kill her way into this TA position, and then into the FBI or whatever. Yeah.
Which is a huge suspension of disbelief, but at this point,
yeah,
like,
it's whatever.
I don't care.
Honestly, the lack of realism in this movie is so far down on my list of gripes with this movie that I honestly don't even really care. It's like, if this movie had all the same logical leaps, but like was photographed well, acted well, and had a decent script, I would not have any issues.
This movie could stand to be a lot stupider, and it would be a
really
better
could.
film for it, I think.
It really could.
Yeah, she drags the body of the real Rachel Newman out to the car. William Shatner's body is in the car. The police show up with the psychiatrist and give chase.
Yeah.
And this is when we get the diegetic, bouncy Scooby-Doo chase music.
And I'm screaming into a couch cushion because I cannot fucking believe that this movie is doing this.
I like when she she goes around a curve and like disappears up the road, and the William Shatner's body is up against the guardrails, and the cops get out of the car, and one of them is like, "Where the heck's our lady friend?" That's the actual line. And then she turns on her headlights and comes barreling down.
The car comes barreling down.
Yeah.
We don't see her in
The car comes down the road like a ghost and scares these guys.
And it like busts through the guardrail and like falls down into this like quarry or whatever. And then there is just like the shittiest like sub Adobe After Effects car explosion.
It's pretty great.
It is horrendous.
It's pretty beautiful stuff.
It's like, this is like worse than the explosions in Who Killed Captain Alex, a movie with a CGI budget of $0 that was made on rebuilt computers. Handmade computers generated that animation, and it looks better than this.
Yeah. So we get a aftermath scene where it's just like photos, like evidence photos of the bodies that they
right.
pulled
And
out.
there's like a news reporter talking about Rachel Newman and all the killings that she did.
And they found her body in the car.
Right, but she was only identified by dental records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we flash forward to the prologue at Quantico, and Eric, the psychiatrist, has written a book about Rachel Newman
Yeah.
that he's hawking to these students.
Yeah, it's funny that like the lecture in the class at Quantico is buy my fucking book.
Yeah, yeah. And then
it's basically like, yeah, it was a really weird case. It was never really solved, and this lady died in a horrible CGI explosion.
this
anyway,
speech about
hope
her
this
being
helps you
like
be a good FBI agent.
this speech about her being like the greatest serial killer of all time. And
Right.
I'm like, fuck you, movie.
Yeah, like the title of the book is literally 1 in a billion.
Yeah.
Be like, wow, this was a really amazing lady.
And then he's giving autographs, and Mila Kunis comes up to him.
Yeah, she's like wearing glasses and shit, so he doesn't recognize her at first. And then he's like, "Oh, who do I like autograph the book to?" And she says Elizabeth McGuire because she's like taken the old TA's identity now.
Yeah.
Presumably, she killed her too off screen.
Yeah, and there's a flashback to their first meeting, their first appointment, where he asked her, if you could be anyone, who would you be? And she said Elizabeth McGuire, because I want to be Starkman's TA.
Right.
Which is just like a nothing. We just need a few more seconds in this movie to get it as close to 90 minutes as possible.
Yep.
And she walks away, and he asks one of the students about her because he's freaked out. And he's like, the kid's like, oh, yeah, she was the youngest one ever accepted to be an agent or some shit
Right.
like that.
Yeah. She's like already in the Quantico training program, and she's only like a sophomore or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the movie fucking dies and rolls credits.
Yeah. And there's just more fucking horrendous butt rock over the end credits.
Yeah, I think this song was written for the movie because it was
so
the original title for the movie.
It's so fucking bad. It's all so bad.
It's pretty bad shit.
Yeah.
And that's American Psycho 2. That's American Psycho 2.
At least we talked about it for only the length of the movie. That's as much as this deserves.
Yeah, it's a nice break after 2 3-hour plus episodes back to back.
Man, can you imagine if we had talked about this movie for 3 hours? How unhinged that would be.
I would walk into the sea after that episode.
Honestly, I'm fully tapped out. There's nothing else I have to say about this. It's funny when the cop who's obsessed with the tea is sniffing the tea in the background of one of the shots. That's the only other thing I hadn't mentioned.
There's a couple lines that Mila Kunis gives to people in scenes. So she's like walking through class, or through campus, where she's like being rude to people as she walks by. And I can't even remember any of them, but it's sort of funny that there's like she's doing the voiceover, and then she'll walk by someone in a scene and be like, "Fuck you," and then keep walking.
Yeah, at one point she like grabs someone's cigarette out of their hand and starts smoking it, and the girl's like, "I thought you quit," and she's like, "Fuck off," or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's also a wild moment when she's at the party that she takes Cassandra back from to kill her. There's a moment at that party where like some bitch just shoulder checks her like for no reason. Like Mila Kunis is just standing by the stairs, and this girl like walks by her and slams herself into her and just goes, "Bitch." It's like she's literally just standing there. It's insane.
Is this a perfect movie?
No! What are you fucking talking about?
Justice
Yeah.
is American Psycho 2, All American Girl, the greatest movie ever made.
David, I'm insulted that you would ask me that.
Unfortunately, I have to, because that is the central premise of our show, unless you would like to change it at this point.
No, we'll stick with it. No. American Psycho 2 is really bad. It's as bad as I expected this movie to be. The reality of it is worse. I was like, oh, American Psycho 2, that's going to be dog shit. And like it is, but it is truly like a level of dog shit that I feel like I wasn't fully prepared for. To the point where at points I was like, is this so bad it's good? Like, is this like so dog shit that I'm actually kind of having fun? And like the answer was yes for about 10 to 15 minutes of like a 90-minute runtime, which is like not a good enough ratio for this to really be so bad it's good. It's a bad movie that occasionally transcends to an entertaining level.
That's a crazy thing to say, because I would say it's that for maybe 10 to 15 seconds.
I don't know. The whole police station scene, I was having a fun time. Basically, the whole scene where she talks him out the window, I was having a fun time. There's kind of whole scenes in this movie where I was like, in isolation. There was actually one scene that I was watching. It might have been the police station scene with the guy with the tea, where I was like, if you took this... No, that wasn't the scene. The scene was when William Shatner finds Cassandra's body hanging in the dorm room and then looks around and like takes all of the evidence that he was part of her life out with him in a panic. That scene, I was like, you know what? If this scene in isolation was part of Twin Peaks The Return, I would think this scene was genius and a masterpiece. If you just like excised this entire scene where a doughy William Shatner finds a beautiful blonde woman hanging from a noose and then like removes all of the evidence that he had ever known her. If you just put that in a David Lynch movie, I'd be like, he's a master.
You know what I was thinking? The 7th or 8th time that shit ass bum 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 score played, I was like, if this was in a Quentin Tarantino movie, people would think it's brilliant. If he scored like an action scene to that song.
Maybe. But yeah, like, so was I having fun sometimes watching this? Sure. Was that mostly due to my two very close friends, cannabis and alcohol? Yes. Yeah, it's bad. It's not good. It is not the worst movie ever made. I'm not going to go that far with it, because as much as I hated this, I didn't hate myself while watching it in the way that I did when I was watching the Emoji Movie. So I'm not going to give it the worst movie ever made, but I do think it is quite bad. David, is American Psycho 2, All American Girl, the greatest movie ever made?
No, and fuck you, I'm going to go that far. This is the worst movie ever made.
Wow.
I didn't know if I would do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to get to that point. But I think at that moment when it was like, I realized I was 30 minutes into this movie.
Yeah.
And I still had an hour to go. I was like, what have I done to us? I felt better watching the Emoji Movie than this.
Really?
A movie that I probably have less respect for than this one. At a certain point in this movie, I just kind of broke and fell over, and the movie just fucked me in the ass.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's quite bad.
It's so bad.
It's a big piece of dog shit. Nothing in it works. There are moments of some bright spots of ironic humor that I caught while watching this thing. Was not enough to save this experience at all, or even get it close to like a so bad it's good. And I was thinking about some of the other bad movies that we've seen on this podcast, which are thankfully few. Like, we do a pretty good job of picking
mostly we watch movies we like.
Yeah. But I was thinking about like The Judge or Friday the 13th.
I would any day of the week rather watch The Judge than this movie.
That's the conclusion that I came to. That's the conclusion that I came to, where I was like, The Judge is bad with style.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie that commits to it every step of the way and pulls it off with flying colors. And this is just boring, bad direct-to-video trash. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah, it looks bad. It sounds bad.
It's insulting. It's insulting to the audience. The fact that it's even connected to the original American Psycho in any way, shape, or form is just purely motivated by malice and greed. And it's a terrible movie, and I never want to watch it again. And I feel so bad that I picked it for us. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what? I'm less mad at you than I was on the Emoji Movie. On this one, I'm like, I'm sort of glad I've seen this horrible movie. Whereas with the Emoji, I was like, I think my life is worse having seen this. I don't necessarily feel like my life is worse having seen American Psycho 2. I feel like it enriched me as a person.
I do think this is one of those, like, if you haven't seen enough bad movies or you haven't seen a bad movie in a while,
this is a good bad movie to watch.
This one will remind you of how lucky you are to be alive.
Yeah.
It'll sort of shock you back.
It'll certainly make you appreciate I Know What You Did Last Summer more. And
Oh,
movies,
yeah.
movies of that ilk where you're like, wow, I truly have not been giving other late 90s and early aughts horror the credit it deserves. This movie makes The Faculty look like it belongs in the fucking Criterion collection.
Yeah, fuck this movie. It sucks.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not good.
What are we watching next week?
Next week, we're watching a movie that hopefully we both enjoy significantly more than this one. I know I will. It's Brad Bird's The Iron Giant. A huge staple of my childhood. So we're gonna just like wash this experience off and enjoy a well-crafted film that has a lot of thematic depth, a lot of like emotional storytelling and shit. All this stuff that is totally absent from American Psycho.
At the very least, it is an actual movie.
It is a real movie.
We are
yes.
engaging. We are back to real movie
That's
land
right,
next
yes.
week.
It can be called a film without insulting the medium.
In the meantime, please spread the word about the show to your friends, family, and TA students that you're competing for, and maybe killing off one by one.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your support so much. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for news and updates about things happening in
That's
the
right.
world of the show. And leave us a review or comment and let us know what you think. We love it. We love the engagement so much. If you have a movie that you want to recommend to us, which we have a couple of those actually on the
Yes.
docket that we should talk about
Yeah.
off mic. I don't know why I'm bringing it up now, but if you want to recommend a movie to us, send us an email at thegreatestmoviepodcast@gmail.com. And thanks for celebrating another TGME anniversary. Next week's episode, The Iron Giant, will conclude our second anniversary month. So.
Yes. And then we'll have like a weird few slots to fill, and then it's Halloween again,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
We're going straight from theme month to theme month.
Yep.
The programming never stops here at The Greatest Movie Ever Made.
Thanks for hanging out with us for
Yeah.
this shitty movie. And as always,
Later, dipshits. We hope you enjoyed this episode of The Greatest Movie Ever Made. Please remember to leave us a rating and a review, and to subscribe to the show wherever you listen. We appreciate you supporting the show and spreading the word. Tell your friends to listen, tell your enemies to listen, tell your mom to listen. If your neighbor has an unsecured Bluetooth speaker, connect to it and play an episode. You can follow us on social media at TGMEM_podcast. And if you've got a movie that you want us to talk about, send us an email at thegreatestmoviepodcast@gmail.com.